Hello and welcome to Gridiron Queensland's live stream of today's men's matchup between the Deception Bay Raptors and the Griffith University Thunder. Both teams looking for a win today. The Thunder having a bit of trouble with the ladder leaders in recent times. The Raptors, I believe, still looking for their first win of the season. Teams are currently lined up on the sidelines waiting for the coin toss as Tim Renshaw and someone I can't make out heads towards the Thunder sideline. Some notable names and faces on the Griffith University Thunder sideline. Brody Weef in 95, Sean Daddy 42. Just going through the team list now as best as I've got. Depending on what information has been supplied for the day. As I said, 95, Brody Weef. Number 53, Ethan Grindle. Sean Daddy in number 42. Number 43, Arthur Padalicio. There, number 85, we've got Tristan Back. Number 67 with his back to the camera. Tavita Moala. I apologise if some of these pronunciations aren't quite right. Number 45 coming into frame now, not on the team list. Number 21, Cameron Greenhide. Number 49, Joel Guntang. Number 48, Samuel Budamilia. Number 16, Nathan Ashton Miles. Number 33, Victor Hudkia. Number 27, not listed on the program. And number 72, also not listed on the program. So a few faces there that we may not get to call today. Now we're looking at the Raptors sideline. Number 61, not listed. Number 10, Benjamin Langton. Number 71, also not listed. Number 76, John Silikavai. Number 54, Timothy Richvalski. Number 50, not listed. Number 12, not listed. Number 85, also not listed. Quite a few names missing off the Raptors list today. Number 17, Simon Gostevsky. Number 59, Harley Tawai, or Tawal, sorry. Number 80, not listed. Number 17, Simon Gostevsky, may have already mentioned him. Number 83, James Rakaruku. It's a lovely day for football today, and what a very, very dry conditions, and have been for quite a few days. Field's still looking pristine though. The Raptors do a very good job of maintaining the field into its best possible condition. The council are very helpful with that process, fertilising, aerating and watering the field regularly. So they've been very fortunate to have that facility there at Deception Bay Sports Centre, site of the most recent Ghosts of Gridiron games. Charity Bowl in August, and the Hay Parker Cup earlier in the year in April. Coin toss has been decided. The Raptors have declined. The Thunder will receive. So in a couple of minutes we'll get into the game and the action will start happening. Hopefully we have a lot of listeners and watchers from around the country and overseas today, getting a bit of look at what Gridiron Queensland has to offer, the local competition. This afternoon's game will be a women's game. That is the Raptors versus the Ravens. Hopefully you can stick around, or if you'll be joining us for that game, look forward to that game happening at 4:30. The Thunder kick return team coming out into the field. Raptors still having a bit of a chat about what their plans are and getting themselves excited. For any of our northern Queensland friends watching today, there will be a couple of, or at least one player from the North Queensland competition taking part today. He's travelled all the way down from Moranbah, I believe, to be involved in today's game. And there's the kickoff from the Raptors, going deep, caught just inside the end zone, returned by, looks like might be Sean Daddy. Yep, Sean Daddy, number 42, nice little return out to about the 15-yard line by the looks of it. So yes, Jason Yutsoy from Moranbah has come down to play in today's game. His wife Courtney will be taking part in the ladies' game today. Jason normally plays in the North Queensland competition with the Mackay Mavericks. He's made the 12-hour journey to come down and be a part of today's game with the Raptors. So the Thunder come out in a 3-receiver set. What's that? 4 receivers. Got a tight end over there on the right-hand side. Tommy Corwin. Something wrong with the snap. No one's happy with that. Officials are blowing it up. Everyone's looking around with a fair amount of confusion, wondering what that was all about. Tim Renshaw waiting for the signal from his fellow official. Looks like it's a 5-yard penalty in favour of the Thunder. So the Thunder get a nice little pick up there. It'll make it 1st and 5. Once again in the 4-receiver set. Single setback, Tommy Corwin with Sean Daddy. And it's a pass play. Corwin throwing to the right to number 85. Not listed on today's program. Nice catch, nice grab. That'll be a 1st down. Advancing the chains. Thunder coming out again, once again in the 4-receiver set. Sean Daddy taking a break. The single setback now. Tommy Corwin again looking to pass. Passing again to number 85 for another easy gain of yardage. 1st down and some more. Takes it over the sideline. Obviously wants to be here for the end of the game, so not looking to get himself too beat up just too soon. It's a shame he's not on the list because he's obviously going to be seeing a lot of work today. But I won't be able to mention his name, whatever that might be. I'm actually coming to you from the Bundaberg studio of Brisbane live streaming today, doing a remote call of the game whilst watching through the live link provided by Paul Mills down there in Deception Bay. Thunder coming out in a 4-receiver set again. It's a run play up the middle. Big number 34, knocking people over for a good pickup. Thomas Burns, that is. About an 8-yard gain. That'll be 2nd and 2, approximately. Looks like 2nd and 3. The Raptors all want to do something about stifling this offensive attack from the Thunder before too long. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long day for their defense. A couple of big boys up the front for the Raptors. Need to plug those holes and start pushing people into the backfield a bit more. Pass play, looking to the right, throws to number 85 again. Looks like 85 is definitely the go-to guy for Tommy Corwin at the moment. Raptors probably need to respect that a little bit and not give him quite the sort of cushion that they are at the moment. Otherwise, Tommy will eat that up all day. Just trying to get a look at the GQ ladder at the moment, just to see where these two teams are sitting. Meanwhile, back at the game. Well, they've got two backs now. Tommy Corn, no. Tommy Corn is joined by Thomas Burns, and it's a fake. Tommy keeps it himself. Ball's gone down. That's a fumble. Raptors have picked it up, and they are going to return this for a touchdown. Well, I don't think anyone saw that coming, especially not Tommy Corn, but the Raptors have got first points on the scoreboard via a rather unfortunate mix-up in the offensive backfield by the Thunder. They obviously weren't on the right playbook there. Looking to do the fake. Tommy keeps it himself, gets hit, and out it goes. Nice work by number 76 by the looks of it. John Selikovi from the Raptors. And the Raptors sideline goes crazy. Number 50 strolls in for a touchdown. Unfortunately, again, not on the team list, so I can't sing his praises too much because I have no idea who he is. So just looking at the ladder while we wait for this point after attempt from the Raptors. Looks like they're going for one. Number 82 runs out, probably still a bit excited about the fact they'd scored and missed his assignment to get on the field. It's a long snap coming, there it is right there. Nice hold, nice kick, and it is through the sticks for an extra one. So Raptors hit the front 7-0. As we look at the current GQ ladder, the Rhinos are way up on top with 8 points, followed by the Stingrays on 6, the Ravens with 4 points, the Bears with 4 points, and then the Thunder with 2 points with 1 win so far. The Vultures on 0 and the Raptors on 0. So with a win today, the Thunder will then go on to 4 points with the Ravens and the Bears, making that top 4 spot, even though it's early in the season, looking somewhat congested. The Raptors looking to get some more impetus from that touchdown, lining up to take the kickoff. Hopefully they can keep the Thunder pinned down inside their 20 or thereabouts and do a little bit more work on defense in terms of stopping the ball. Thunder running it back. And he's brought down in a very nice little grass cutting tackle by number 63. I think it's 63. Bit hard to tell looking at the monitor up here in the Bundaberg studio. Either way, if it was 63, he's not on the program. It might have been 83. James Rakaraku. So again, the Thunder obviously looking to pass, very much a passing team. They don't tend to grind it out too much on the ground. Sean Daddy is more what I call a scat back. Picks up the dregs of blocks made by his offensive line. A nice little catch over the middle. He's still going, having a bit of trouble putting down number 18, who is Corey Jones. Corey Jones, one of the long-serving players of the GQ comp, originally with the Wildcats, who unfortunately are no longer with us. But Corey's found himself a nice home at the Thunder. The Thunder are initially formed by Kelvin Howson and Phil Crick in their third season, I believe it was last year, picking up their first Sun Bowl, so they'll be looking to maintain that level of excellence in season 2019. So far they've probably not had the start they would have liked to have had, but hopefully today can be something they can continue that move towards the top of the table. Nice little run there from Tommy Corwin, broken play. The Raptors secondary doing a better job to stifle the receivers. Tommy deciding to do it himself to pick up the first down. It's one of the threats of a quarterback like Tommy. Not only is he a nice pocket passer, he isn't afraid to run and put a few hits on people that decide to get in his way. Just looking at the the Thunder receiving core. Looks like we've got the two Jones boys out on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side looking at the screen. And it's a run to Sean Daddy, picking up a nice hole in the middle, cuts to the outside, looking for the sideline once again. Self-preservation on his mind to last the rest of what's going to be quite a long, warm day down at Deception Bay. Once again, the sticks move. It's a first down for the Thunder. Raptors seem to have a real problem at the moment stopping people coming through the middle. See if we can have a bit of a look at that and see what might be going on down there. Number 80 for the Raptors, wearing what looks like a Spartans helmet. Unfortunately, the Spartans senior team. Nice stuff there from number 81, one of those big boys I was talking about before. Stuffing Sean Duddy behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the Spartans men's team, unfortunately, folding a couple of years back. Still looking to rebuild. They still have a juniors program. Unfortunately, no women's program, and I believe no Colts program. But yeah, club in the rebuilding phase. Hopefully we'll see a men's team back from them sometime in the future. Tommy Corman dropping again, zipping it out to 85. Lovely pass, number 85, as unfortunately for the Thunder, stepped on the sideline, which stops his progress. Not quite sure what Tommy's seeing on the right-hand side that's making him want to pass that way so consistently. Haven't seen a lot of Tommy playing quarterback, and I don't know if that's a normal tendency of his or it's just decided today that that's what he wants to do. Throwing down. Incomplete pass there from Tommy Corwin, leaves us at first down, 10 yards to go. Another run up the middle from Sean Daddy, brought down by number 12 for the Raptors. Also wearing a Spartans helmet. Okay, so third down for the Thunder. Nice pick up there from Sean. Brings him to third and second. Tommy Corwin back in the snap. Takes the snap, looking right again. Nothing there for 85, even though there was a nice little easy pickup of probably 5 to 6 yards. He decided to keep it himself. Run for the first down. That will give them a first down on the Raptors' 21-yard line by the looks of it. Number 61 for the Raptors, coming off for a bit of a rest. Thunder lining up again. They'll be looking to take this into the end zone in a fair amount of urgency. Sean Daddy is met by the Raptors' number 54, Tim Richvalski, one of our beloved Gridiron ghosts at over 35s. He's absolutely cleaned up Sean there and said, go back to your own side of the line of scrimmage. And Gridiron, of course, the play ends where forward progress stops. So even though Sean was driven back quite a few yards, the ball is spotted where the initial contact was made. So 2nd and 7. Tommy Kerwin asking the Jones boys to get a little bit wider. Number 5, Michael Jones. Number 18, Corey Jones. A mistake there from the Thunder. It's going to cost them 5 yards by the looks of it. Some of the big boys will be starting to feel the heat right about now. Whilst Gridiron equipment is designed and is reasonably effective at moving moisture away from the body, it still gets fairly warm and somewhat uncomfortable inside the shoulder pads and especially the helmet. So Tommy Corwin, yeah, it's another fake handoff that was going to be. Again, there's been a bit of a hold up. Everyone looking around, wondering what that was all about. Again, the Thunder in what is normally regarded as a passing formation, and they don't disappoint. Overthrown to number 18, Corey Jones. Managed to get a fingertip to it. No LBJ heroics from Corey today. Well, certainly on that play anyway. Tim Renshaw, the head referee for the day. Tim's been with the league for over 30 years officiating, so we're very thankful and appreciative of the time and quality that he brings to the game. Not too many people would still be officiating and giving of their time after 30 years in a competition, but Tim's still out there getting the job done. He's the man in the white hat today behind the line of scrimmage. And a nice pass to Corey Jones, picks up some extra yards. Number 89 out in front trying to do some blocking. Corey will be happy with that, finally get his hands on the ball and pick up some yards for his team. We have 4th down and 2 yards to go to get to just before the Raptors 10-yard line, and they have just been gifted it by the Raptors defensive line, jumping off the mark. That there is a coach killer. That's gone from a potential 4th down stop and turnover has resulted in a 1st down gifted to the Thunder. Raptors will be a bit disappointed in themselves there. So I would expect the Thunder will continue to try to pass their way into the end zone. Tommy Corwin with Sean Daddy in the backfield. Takes the snap, and he's looking to roll out right, looking to pass. No one really open. He's throwing it back in there, and a beautiful catch from Corey Jones in lots of traffic. Brings them a touchdown. It's a nice play from the Thunder. We haven't really seen the rollout used as much. Tommy's still obviously preferring to throw to that right-hand side of the formation. And looking at it again, yeah, Corey was nicely open in that little bubble of defenders and receivers in the Raptors end zone. Raptors done a very nice job of marking the field today. Some stripes in the end zone to make it easy for everyone to see where that end zone starts and ends. Makes it a lot easier when you're both on the field, whether a player or an official. And certainly watching the live stream makes things very obvious. Corey Jones gets a lot of height on the PAT, and that's an extra point for them. There we have a tied ball game at 7-all. Raptors will be receiving the kick from the Thunder, looking to get their offense on the field for the first time and see what they can show us against the Thunder defense. Thunder looking a little bit down on numbers today, likewise the Raptors. We might be lucky to see the league veteran Kelvin Housen lining up for the Thunder at defensive tackle today. I haven't seen him as yet. He normally wears number 74. He might be hiding somewhere. Or he might not be playing. We'll see what the next series of downs brings us. Raptors lined up in a fairly conventional kick return formation. Likewise the Thunder, 10 men spread across the field with the kicker Tommy Corwin in the middle, kicking from the 30-yard line. Everyone's ready to go, and here comes the kick. It's a fairly low ground kick, picked up at the 10. And the very nice return from number 87 for the Raptors. Picks up quite nice yardage, brings it back to about the 41, 42-yard line of the Raptors. So a very nice field position to commence their first drive, offensive drive of the day. 42-yard line. The Gridiron fields in most games of Gridiron Queensland are 90 yards long, due to the fact that rugby league goalposts are 100 metres apart, in order to avoid having the goalpost in the middle of the end zone, which makes for an obvious hazard, or making the end zones a lot smaller than they should be. It was decided a few years back to shorten the field to take away that risk. Well, the Raptors quarterback, Joshua Eagleton, it normally is. I can't make out a number at the moment. And he passes off to his running back, who does a bit of work to get a few yards on that running play. Looks like around off guard, off tackle. Number 1 for the Raptors, according to my team list. Well, it could be anybody, because I've got quite a few people listed at number 1. So I'm not sure who that is. But I'm going to take a guess and say... No, I won't take a guess. So it is second and about 6-7 yards. Raptors looking to want to run the ball. Number 36 with a nice little hit there to break away from that tackle. Dean Creeley dropped the right shoulder, popped off the would-be tackler, and kept on going for a first down. We have a flag on the play. Tim's looking a little bit distressed about that. Goes over to talk to the side official, Barbara, another long-serving member of the Queensland Gridiron Officials Organisation. Well, I think it might be an association, so QGOA. There in the background, the Jones boys from the Thunder talking to Tommy Corwin about Corey's touchdown, and they're obviously reliving that moment, as they will do for the next 5 years. And we have a holding on the Raptors. That's very disappointing for the boys. Nice run, nice yards. All for nothing, because it's going to be brought back 10 yards from the point of infringement. Or will it be the line of scrimmage? Depends on where it was. Officials just trying to make that decision themselves at the moment. And looks like it'll be from the point of infringement. So second and 12 yards. So obviously a hold downfield from the line of scrimmage brought that run back 10 yards. So not as bad as it could have been, but still disappointing to take away that first down. Motion from the Raptors. And it's another run to the fullback, up the middle, nothing there for him. Number 83 is told to stop, do not go any further. James Rakaraku. So a third down and 11 and a half, we'll say. Close enough. Raptors will be looking to pass, I would say. Thunder not adjusting their defensive alignment. I would think a all-out blitz would be in order for this play, but it looks like they're going to play conservatively. We've got a down lineman in a 2-point stance, and down he goes into his 3-point. Linebackers dropping back to pass cover. No, one is, what is it? It's a deep ball to number 36, Dean Creeley, but well thrown to his outside, so no glory for that receiver on that play. Which brings up 4th down, and they have not gone anywhere from their initial kick return. The Raptors showing some signs of quality football on the ground so far. A couple of nice runs, just spoilt by some little holds. I think that'll be the focus of their game today, just trying to run the ball, grind away at the Thunder's defense, slow them down, tire them down, start to pick up some big gains on the ground. It's a nice snap for the punt. It's a low driving to the corner. Are we going to see? No, it looks like he stayed in bounds. A lovely kick and a lovely chase from number 82, Kletsky Hembo, to pin the Thunder down inside their 10-yard line by the looks of it. Yep, not about the 8-yard line for the Thunder. The Raptors will be happy even though they didn't get a lot of yardage on that series. It came to a fairly happy ending by pinning the Thunder down, where hopefully they can control their offense and slow down their march up the field. Hope everyone's enjoying the live stream today, brought to you by Brisbane Live Streaming. Or live streaming Brisbane, I should say. Getting my order of words mixed up there. So, live streaming Brisbane, headed up by Paul Mills down in the Deception Bay studio. Again, I'm currently commentating from the Bundaberg studio, sitting in the comfort of my air-conditioned office, and that's a lovely strike to number 85, who has been Tommy Corwin's go-to man all day, and he is going to run away from the Raptors defense for a touchdown, which will bump the Thunder score to 13-7. Again, throwing to the right hand side of the Thunder formation, number 88 for the Raptors, giving chase, but to no avail. Oh, it's going to upset the Raptors' plans a little bit. They'll want to come back from that fairly quickly to maintain their competitiveness in this game. Tommy Corwin bringing out the big guns and throwing a nice deep ball to number 85 for the touchdown. Oh, looks like I might have Tristan back, number 85 for the Thunder. Got some updated numbers. I might be able to identify a few more of these Thunder players today. And it's no good. Well, Corey Jones will be very disappointed with himself on that attempt, not getting the extra point, so the score remains at Thunder 13, Raptors 7. Just looking at the GQ table again, just while we're waiting for the Thunder and Raptors to set up their kickoff and kick return formations respectively. Season's going probably fairly much the way most people expected it to at the moment. Not sure that the Ravens were expected to be sitting on 4 points, but the Rhinos on 8, and the Stingrays, good to see their, I guess you might call, rebuild after last year's patchy season is looking promising. They started off a little bit slowly again this year, but with a good win against the Ravens last week, they'll be pretty happy with the way their season's currently progressing. Stingrays currently sitting on 6 points in second place. And here we have the kickoff, another line drive down the middle to the Raptors return man, who is taking it back a very long way. Number 83 for the Raptors, James Rakoraku. they'll be pretty happy with that return. I don't think the Thunder will be quite as happy with it, seeing as how they drove it down the field, a short kick to hopefully get their return boy, or their kickoff team, straight onto the ball returner and stop him quickly, but that's not quite how it worked out. So currently we have a 1st and 10 at the Thunder 38-yard line. A little bit of sideline entertainment happening over there. A gentleman flying a kite. Looks like my usual attempts to fly kites as a young fella. Mine never really got off the ground either. Anyway, back to the game. Oh, it's a high snap. And that'll be the end of that play. Oh, yes, the knee went down in picking up that ball. Number 36, Dean Creeley. Yeah. Gridiron Queensland competition is played under what used to be college rules, but now it's regarded as I can't think of the organisation that currently the rules are played under, but anyway, we'll talk about college rules being when the knee is down, that's the end of the play. Unlike in the NFL where a player has to be touched with a knee on the ground or touched before a knee goes to ground, that's the end of the play. That's the end of the first quarter. Thunder 13, Raptors 7. Teams will turn around, give them a little minute break to get going with the second quarter. Quarters are 12 minutes in length. Obviously that's not a running 12 minutes. The clock stops for incomplete passes, timeouts, when the ball goes out of bounds. So a 12-minute quarter, as most people will know, can then easily expand into half an hour of actual time spent playing that quarter. The Raptors with the ball. A loss on that previous play from the high snap. It's again very much a running type formation. They've got a slot receiver on the left coming across in motion. He's going to get the ball and try to run around the right hand edge, and that was reasonably successful, picking up about 3 or 4 yards. If they can do that every play, they'll successfully march the ball down the field and tire out this Thunder defense. 3rd and 15 by the looks. They'll need to get the ball in the air, pick up some yards to get that first down. So we'll get another look at what the Raptors are capable of getting the ball through the air. Joshua Eagleton, the Raptors, what I would think normal quarterback, standing on the sideline there with the coach. We have a pass, dropping back, throwing left, and number 17 makes a nice grab, picks up a few extra yards after the catch. Not enough for the first down, but it'll get into about 4th and 7, 4th and 8 territory. Which normally I would suggest, given the field position, being the Thunder 36-yard line, would warrant a punt. Ideally into the corner of the Raptors side of the field to try to keep the Thunder down that end, maybe even force a safety, and that looks like what they're. So a punt coming up for the Raptors, trying to get into formation. Oh, we've got a flag on the play, or a whistle. Whistle's been blown. Let's wait and see what that was all about. Brody Whiff there in shot for the Thunder. It's a false start. That puts them back another 5 yards, still 4th down, to attempt another punt to pick up some decent field position. So again, the Raptors line up. Looks like they've got their formation issues sorted out. Not a real strong punt from the Raptors punter there. It's going to take a nice roll to round about the 13-yard line of the Thunder, where they will start again. So the Raptors offense is not overly troubling the Thunder defense at this point. They need to work out exactly what they want to do in terms of how much they want to run it and how much they want to pass it. But at the moment, they're being stifled by mistakes that will slow their progress down. But if they can get those mistakes out of their game, they will start to make some positive yardage. Raptors defense, looking at a 4-3 formation today. The 4 down linemen, 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends, 3 linebackers, strong safety, and a free safety with 2 cornerbacks. So a fairly standard symmetrical defensive formation. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Again, the Thunder in their 4 receiver set. Tight end lined up on the left. Motion from 85. It's an end around. He's picking up some decent yardage and runs it out of bounds just past the first down marker. At the moment, the Thunder being able to run the ball inside and outside against the Raptors defense, and also fairly successfully through the air. The Raptors need to work on stopping at least one of those elements of the Thunder offense. Raptors are fairly new team to the GQ comp, only having been in existence for the last few years. Defensive ends are playing very tight. And Sean Daddy trying to squeeze through the line, but brought down successfully for only a couple of yards gain. Number 76, John Salakavai for the Raptors making that tackle. Second and 8. I'm going to tip that Tommy's going to air this one out. Maybe a little bit of play action. Probably not. He'll just go straight. Oh no, here we go. Play action. Runs it out to the left. So he decided to do that one all by himself. Pick up the first down, I would think. Looks like Barb's going to give him a favourable spot. Alright, hang on. What are they going to call this? Looks like there might be some trouble back at the line of scrimmage. Tim's got a few things to say. The flag is down, so we might have a holding on offense based on the fact that he's stopped everybody, and it is a hold against the offensive team. My lip reading's probably not as good as it could be, so I'm not going to attempt to identify what number he just called there. Might have been number 53, Ethan Grindle. Might not have been. I will blame Ethan anyway. Now the ball comes back for second down and a long way. Looks like about 17 yards. That hole must have been at the line of scrimmage or when Tommy was yet to cross it. So Tommy will look to pass on this play. Loses his footing a bit. Corey Jones, nice little pick play. Still trying to get some yardage on the end of that play, but picks up another 4 or 5 yards after catch, which takes him fairly close to that first down marker. He'll be within 5 yards of the first down. So a fairly good result for a second down. Fix after their first down, after their previous mistake on that previous play. Thunder big boys lining up offensive line, doing a good job today, both on the ground and in the air. Tommy Corman looking to pass again. Looking to the left this time to number 89. That would be Robert Corcutt. The nice first down gain. Doing a lot of work after the catch to get some quality yardage to take the ball down to the Raptors' 43-yard line. The Thunder offensive march continues. The Raptors obviously looking for ways to stop that happening. Thus far, having a bit of trouble finding a way to make that happen. Tommy looking to pass again, looking right this time, airs it out to Corey Jones, number 18, sizes up the free safety manages to make a nice stop. Number 83, is it? Couldn't tell from that vision. A nice play, down the middle, wide open, absolutely left all alone, number 86 for the Raptors on that play. So nice stop. Probably shouldn't have had that much room to do what he did, but Corey Jones was quite happy to take advantage of the fact that he was forgotten about or simply ignored or simply not liked, and was left to get lots of yardage on that pass play. So the Thunder threatening the Raptors end zone yet again. Now inside their 20, also known as the red zone. Sean Daddy telling his guys out wide what to do. Looks like it will be a run play. And Tommy takes the snap and rolling out to the right. So it's well, he's still going. He manages to break that tackle. Thankful that the officials didn't blow the whistle, which would have resulted in quite a loss of yardage. He throws it away instead, down to the right-hand sideline. Receiver in the vicinity and merely gets an incomplete pass. So it'll be second down with no loss of yardage. So nice recovery from Tommy, managing to break that tackle. Second and approximately 12 yards to go. The end zone about 14 yards away. Bit of a breeze blowing down there at Deception Bay today, just cooling things down a little bit. But I'm sure that a lot of the players will be starting to feel the heat. Looking forward to that second half break, which should be on us in about 15 minutes or so. Tommy back to pass on the second down. And it's a run to Sean Daddy to the right. Off tackle. He's managed to work himself away to the outside of the line. Gets slung over the sideline by number 50 again, by the looks of it. For the Raptors, treating him with utter disdain and extreme prejudice. Just the way a good running back likes it. So it'll be third down and 7 yards to go. Raptors doing a good job thus far on this little drive to stall the Thunder's attempts at a touchdown. Tommy having a chat to Sean Daddy. I'm going to predict it's another run play. No, it's a roll out to the left with a little bit of play action to a wide open. Oh, a wide open number 85 Tristan back in the end zone. And he'd be pretty disappointed with himself at not making that grab. It's exactly where it had to be. Unfortunately for Tristan, just didn't stick in what I imagine are fairly sticky gloves. One of the benefits of modern technology is that receivers these days get to wear gloves that do about 25% of the catching for them. Of course, you've got to get your hands in the right spot to make those catches, but the stickiness or tackiness of the gloves these days certainly goes a long way to helping make the grab on those balls. The Raptors would be pretty happy with themselves at the moment. They've done a good job in repelling the Thunder offensive attack on their end zone. Looks like we've got a timeout of sorts down there on the field at the moment. Not quite sure why there would be a timeout called at this point in proceedings, but obviously one of the teams has felt the need to do that. More than likely the Thunder, given that it's fourth down, 13-7. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Do we go for the touchdown? Do we go for the field goal? Do we do neither of those? Personally, I'd go for the touchdown. It's only 4 yards, I think. Can't see the markers at the moment, but 4 or 5 yards to the first down. Oh, a little bit more than that, maybe 6 yards for the first down. So they can go for the first down, they can go for the touchdown, or they can go for the field goal. Let's see what they end up trying to do. So field goal's out. So we're going to get a first down, or we're going to get a touchdown, or we're going to get a turnover. The ball's given to Sean Daddy. He stops, and he might have enough for the first down. It's going to be very close. He was obviously pretty keen to try to get into the end zone there, but the Raptors defense doing a good job of holding him out. Nice little play here. Raptors, looks like they might have stopped him about the, looks like the spot's at the 1, so I think that's going to be enough for the first down. The Raptors players down at the moment, number 61, one of their big boys, having a bit of trouble with his ankle or knee. He's up and about. Looks like he's going to go for a bit of a rest on the sideline and get himself back in shape. So it is a first down, first and goal for the Thunder on what I think is the 2-yard line. The Raptors would be reasonably happy that at the moment they've kept Thunder to 13 points. They'll obviously be looking to keep it at that going into the half time, which should give them a pretty favourable outlook going into the second half. If they can not stop them here, 20 or even 21 points to 7, successful in the air, but I think they need to focus on their run game a little bit more, because that's obviously their strength at this point. Try to get whatever yards they can, just grinding away at the Thunder defense.
So welcome back there, guys.
You've still got number 1,
technical
I think,
problem there, but
the
the Thunder
Raptors
have managed to get a touchdown while we were
They've gone
off
to
air.
a full
We'll play it
wideout
back to you in a moment.
Twins style offense with a single back. It looks like they are going to now start going to the air, and they are. Number 1 dropping, nice, airs it out and picked off by the Thunder, who will not quite run it back all the way, but down to about the 14-15 yard line. A nice result for the Thunder, not really what the Raptors would have been hoping for. Back now at the Thunder touchdown, rolling out to the left from Timmy Corwin, dumps it off to the number 34, Daniel Rybold. Back to the live action now. Thunder with the ball after that very nice pick-off by the Thunder defensive secondary, denying the Raptors a chance to get the ball moving in the air. So normal 4-receiver set for the Thunder. We've got a tight end with 2 wideouts to his right, and they're both looking left from Tommy Corwin. A little bit too much lead there for number 85, Tristan Back. Denies him the opportunity to pull that one in for the touchdown. Tommy Corn back, looking to pass to the left again. No, looking back to the right. He's forced to roll out to the right. There's no one there. There's a receiver in the vicinity, number 5, Mike Jones, strolls it in for the touchdown for the Thunder. Tommy Corwin on the little out. That's looking back to the previous drive from the Thunder when they were looking to get their first down. And this is the current play, just gone. Little dump out there to the right hand side to Mike Jones, all alone, strolls into the end zone. Thunder looking to get the extra point. Corey Jones, no, Mike Jones, sorry, puts it over for the extra point. So that is now 28 points to 7 for the Thunder. I don't have the score up on my screen at the moment, so I'm just hoping that my maths is correct. There it is, 27-7. I must have had a PAT miss somewhere there that I wasn't aware of. Oh, the scoreline's starting to blow out a little bit for the Raptors. They need to find something to A, stop the Thunder offensive machine and get their own offense working a little bit more effectively in order to make things a bit more respectable on the scoreline, or the second half is going to become very painful for them. Thunder with another not quite so short kick. Plenty of room for the Raptors to return it. Cuts back to the left and is dragged down by number 33 for the Thunder, Victor Hudka. Nice stop. Now the Raptors get another opportunity to get some action with the ball. Their offense hasn't had a whole lot of work to do today, so they'll be keen to make an impression on what remains of this first half, second quarter. They're back to their two-back offense. Will that be a sign they're going to abandon their passing offense and go back to what their strength was earlier in the game? I guess we'll find out. Bit of an adjustment in the backfield there. Motion from the slot receiver. It's a pitch right. Running back not looking at the ball. And it goes to ground. It's about a 7 or 8 yard loss for the Raptors. Well, they weren't quite on the same page with that play there. Didn't have a good start with the quarterback having to adjust the position of his offensive backfield, and the running back forgetting to look for the ball as it came to him on the pitch. Raptors coach Lee Palmer in the white polo shirt and white baseball hat on the sideline, pacing up and down, obviously a little frustrated with the way things are going on the field at the moment. Be looking for a better performance by his Raptors offense. Lee Palmer, an American, spent a fair bit of time in New South Wales playing the game down there, and then came up to Queensland, played a season with the Sunshine Coast Raptors, and the Raptors finally get some decent yardage from their passing game. Number 87 making some nice yardage down the field from a nice pass from the QB out to the right hand side. Picks up some very handy yards. Not a lot of time remaining in the second quarter for them to get some points, some extra points on the board, and some points from the offensive team. Timeout for the Thunder for some reason. Well, it might not have been. Raptors back to their two-back offense. Slot receiver on the right in the white Spartans helmet. Raptors with that motion again. Looks like they're going to go the pitch left this time. Everyone knows what's happening this time. Nice run from the tailback. Cuts it back inside. Breaks a couple of tackles. Still growing. Dragged down after a nice 12, 13 yard gain. But we have a flag down. I'm going to predict that's against the defense based on where that happened. Yeah, someone's signaling face mask. A nice result for the Raptors if it stands, but I'm fairly confident it's going to. Yep, it's against the defense, so unsportsmanlike. Face mask penalty, that will give them, I would guess, 15 yards. Number 33, Victor, from the Thunder, is a little bit disappointed with the call. So it was obviously a fairly damaging penalty to the Thunder's chances of repelling this Raptors offensive drive. That'll give them a very handy 15 yards extra. So that takes them down to the Thunder 18-yard line in the red zone. Two running backs. What are they going to do with it here? And they're going to pass. Airs it out to the right-hand side to an open receiver, number 82, Pensky Hembo for the touchdown. Just a nice little streak pattern. Stops, comes back to the ball. Cornerback not able to respond and react in time. Gets the pass, so a nice pass. I don't know whether it was designed to underthrown like that or if it was just underthrown and the receiver responded to it better than the defensive back. But either way, good result for the Raptors. That's a touchdown. Brings them into a much happier position on the scoreboard. 27-13. Lee Parber coming out to speak to his troops to organise what they're going to do in terms of extra points. Currently 14 points behind, so 2 converted touchdowns. If they go for the PAT, the 2-point PAT on this one, that means there will be 6 points behind. So a touchdown will bring them, another touchdown will bring them level. Another PAT on top of that touchdown will put them 1 point ahead. It's often a game of maths as much as brutality out on the field. Trying to work out lots of things that will affect the course of a game. The clock, points, how much points you go for on a PAT. Whether you run the ball to slow the clock down, go through the air to stop the clock. All these things to think about when you're designing a play or a series of plays or a game plan at any particular point in the game. It constantly evolves and changes, and one of the difficulties of being a coach is trying to work out what's going to be the best plan of attack at any particular point in the game. So the unsuccessful 2-point PAT for the Raptors there leaves them at 13 points, still 14 points behind the Thunder, which will effectively almost force them into a position next time they get a touchdown to start thinking about definitely going for 2 points on at least one of their PATs. Raptors coming back for the kickoff. Thunder in a 5-man front on the kick return. Obviously respecting the possibility of an onside kick from the Raptors. Kickoff has to travel 10 yards before the Raptors can touch it to recover an onside kick. I doubt the Raptors would be thinking of an onside kick at this stage of things, but stranger things have happened. No, he's going to kick it deep and down to around about the Thunder 3-yard line, where Sean Daddy starts to wind up to return the kick. So far so good, getting some nice yards. He's found a little seam on the outside, runs it out of bounds once again to preserve his dashing good looks, I would imagine. Raptors leaving a bit of a seam on that right-hand sideline. Sean Daddy sees that and heads there and takes full advantage of the fact that there's lots of running room. So not long to go in the second quarter. Thunder looking to get another touchdown on the board to improve their halftime score. The Raptors obviously quite happy with the fact that they managed to get that touchdown to improve that scoreline and keep them in this game. A lot of people probably would have expected the Thunder to be more in command of the scoreboard at the moment. The Raptors doing a very good job to keep within a couple of touchdowns of the Thunder offensive efforts. And an incomplete pass there to the Thunder left wide receiver. Tommy Corwin just underthrowing that pass a little bit. Probably wishes he pushed that a bit more to the outside. The Thunder offense has very much been a pass first, run later offense so far in this game. Sean Daddy probably pretty keen to get a bit more work on the ground. Tommy throwing out to the left hand side around that first down marker, unsuccessfully. That was overthrown. A bit too tall for the Thunder number 85 to drag that one in. The Thunder, 3rd down and 10. I'll be looking to pass on this play, or maybe Tommy Cohen will keep it himself and get the yards all by himself. We've got a blitz from the Raptors, leaving a wide open Sean Daddy on the right hand side. And does he have enough for the first down? Looks like he will. That's a first down, Thunder. Sean probably a little bit cranky at himself there that he didn't stay in bounds and pick up a lot more yards, possibly even a touchdown. But yeah, the blitz coming up the guts from the Raptors defense, but Tommy and Sean had their own little escape valve sorted to avoid a loss of yards for the Thunder. 1st and 10 on the Raptors 43. Tommy Corwin looking to pass again. Looking left, Sean Daddy again, little valve, just across the middle. Sean picks it up, nice little catch, nice pass, very nice play from the Thunder. The Raptors linebackers not keying in on that play as well as they should have. Leaves a yawning hole across the middle for the Thunder to pick up an easy first down. Under offense, just getting some much needed water into them. They'll really be feeling the heat now. They've had a lot of work to do today. They've had the bulk of possession. Some of these boys probably playing both ways. Ball currently spotted on the Raptors 26-yard line. Thunder in their 4 receiver set. Sean Daddy is the single back. Tommy looking to pass again. A nice little quick pass to Mike Jones over his head. There would have been lots of room for him to move if he'd managed to bring that one in, but Tommy just maybe rushing that one just a little bit. There'll be no need to get it to Mike as fast as he wanted to. There's plenty of room in front of him, but yeah, it's just unfortunately not hitting each other on that play, so we'll bring up a second down for the Thunder. Raptors secondary just needs to tighten up their defense a little bit, their coverage on these really quick and speedy Thunder wide receivers. Another quick pass to number 34 from tight end position, and that's probably going to be enough for the first down for the Thunder. You can see a lot of genuine tight ends in the GQ comp these days. Still a few getting around, but most teams preferring to go to 4 receiver sets with a slot receiver instead of a tight end. And that was enough for the first down. Number 34, Daniel Rybold for the Thunder with that grab. Kite flying sideline entertainment looks to be a little bit more successful getting that kite to stay up in the air now. We have a 1st and 10 with the end zone around about 15 yards away. Thunder offensive line, a very tight formation, not much room between those linemen. One would think the Raptors might spread their defensive out a little bit to try and take advantage of that tight formation, come around the outside a little bit, but they're keeping it pretty tight, lining up where the offensive line are, especially given the fact that the Thunder seem reticent to run the ball. You probably try to do a little bit more to come around the outside, put some pressure on Tommy getting these passes away. Unsuccessful. Middle short curl pass to the running back on that previous play. Tommy looking to pass again, looking out to the left, across the middle, underthrown to 89, Robert Corcutt. Tommy seems pretty keen to get these passes away pretty quickly. I'm not so sure that he's getting the pressure from the Raptors defense to warrant that, but he's looking to get those balls into the receivers fair rate of knots. Maybe work on doing some misdirection plays, a bit of play action just to slow the defense down and not work on these little crossing patterns that rely on a nice fast pass to get there. Tommy rolling out to the left, finds the running back, number 85, Tristan back again. Just a little bit short of the first down marker. I'm not sure what down we're up to. It's been out of picture, and it will be a 4th down and maybe half a yard, maybe a yard. I would expect the Thunder to go for it to get the first down, or even better, the touchdown on the next play. I don't think there'll be any thoughts of a field goal at this point in the game. Yep, they're going to go for something. Their first priority is to get that first down, and from there, maybe a touchdown. And they're going to go under center, and we're going to see a quarter. Oh no, we've got a fumble, but the play's been stopped anyway. The officials have called that play up before anything happened. So lots of flags. False start on the offense. Probably the last thing you want when you're faced with a 4th and 1 to get a false start, which now makes it a 4th and 6. Well, that'll change their thought process a little bit. I'm pretty sure they'll still go for it. I would wager that the Thunder are pretty confident in the way the game's going so far on the scoreboard, and they'll be pretty confident they've got what required to get the first down or touchdown
And even if that doesn't happen, they're pretty confident their defense will be able to hold the Raptors offense. So they're going for it, pass to the right, and it's bobbled, it's jumped into the air, and it's come down in the hands of Mike Jones for the touchdown. Mike Jones lined up there in the slot receiver position. He goes up on a little out pattern. It bobbles off the hands of the right receiver and comes down very serendipitously into the arms of Mike Jones. And there it is in slow motion, drags it in. Nice work from Mike to concentrate on the ball and make the touchdown stand. 1 point PAT is successful, taking the score to 34 points to 13. No doubt Lee Palmer is getting a little bit concerned about the way this scoreline is developing, as well as the rest of the Raptors coaching staff. Vinny Tupy down there on the Raptors sideline coaching in the black baseball cap and the Raptors shirt. Ex-Queensland and Bears player, now coaching, doing what he can to keep himself involved in the sport and give back where he can. The officials are leaving the field, so that is half time. And we'll be leaving you very soon to have a little break for the half time, and we'll meet you back here on the live streaming Brisbane stream of this round 6 Gridiron Queensland game between the Deception Bay Raptors and the Griffith University Thunder. Okay, just returning to this round 6 game between the Thunder and the Raptors. Thunder to kick off the second half. Raptors to return. We do have some audio issues with our stream today, just I'm having trouble hearing what's happening down there at Deception Bay, but it doesn't seem to be causing too many dramas, so if things seem a little disjointed, that might be why. Mike Jones for the kickoff. Thunder boys all lined up, ready to go. The Raptors ready for the return. It's going to be a long kick from Mike Jones down towards the Raptors end zone. Fielded about the 6. Number 87 for the Raptors, trying to find a hole. He's found a hole to the outside. He's still going. Rob Barwick down the right-hand sideline, finally brought down at the Thunder 40-yard line. Nice return from Rob. Be pretty happy with his efforts there. There wasn't much happening on the left-hand side of the field, so he changed direction back to the right-hand side of the field and got himself another 30-odd yards. We have an injury for the Raptors. Number 56 is down. It's Jay Manning for the Raptors. If his family and friends are watching today, they're very concerned right now that I don't think it's anything too serious. Based on my extensive medical knowledge, of course. So we'll wait for this injury to be taken care of. Number 56 is coming up. Looks like it might be a problem with his right shoulder, perhaps. Or maybe his left arm, left forearm. He looks to be in a fair bit of pain. Like a lot of pain. No, he might have a dislocated shoulder. He's doing the old Mel Gibson put it back in himself trick. The Raptors line up. 1st and 10. Possibility we might have Joe Richards, ex-Spartan at number 1 for the Raptors at QB. Got a bit of an updated team list for the Raptors. So a very nice run from the Raptors running back, number 36. Dean Creeley. He's had a good game today, Dean, picking up lots of yards on the ground. The Raptors should look to use him a little bit more, personally. He seems to enjoy running the ball and does a pretty good job of getting those first downs for them on the ground. The other alternative for the Raptors QB might be Caleb Brown. He's also listed as number 1. Just not quite sure which of those players is currently doing the job of quarterback. Raptors lined up in their 3 receiver set. The slot on the left hand side. It's a fake handoff. Quarterback runs it up the middle himself, gets some very nice yards. Now this is what we want to see, a bit more of the Raptors, mixing up a little bit. Mixing up the run, mixing up who does the run, mixing up the run and the pass. So far their most successful attempts at gaining yardage have been on the ground, so it looks like they're going to stick with the obvious strength today and keep it on the ground. So far it's proven to be quite successful in this start to the second half. Two tight ends. They drop back to pass. Throw it out to the Dean Creeley with some nice yards after the catch. Wasn't the easiest catch in the world to take. He managed to haul that one in and then picked up another 8-9 yards after the catch. Bring up a 3rd down and 5. So probably not as much yards as I would have liked to get up that play, but 5 yards will go a long way to getting their first down. I think they can keep doing that all day. Again, going to their run formation, traditional pro set. And it's a fake handoff to the tailback, roll out right, across his body, almost managing to pick up number 82, Clancy Hembo in the end zone. Plenty of time to stop and assess what was happening there. He wasn't pressured a whole lot by the Thunder defense. He just needs to realise a bit more what defense is chasing him and how much time he's got to set himself to make those passes. Officials having a discussion about some aspect of what's going on. Barbara having a few things to say. Looks like it's going to be a holding call against the defense. That'll be an automatic first down. So a nice little handy pickup for the Raptors offense there. Thunder defense being a little bit over exuberant in their attempts to stop the wide receivers getting downfield. We'll bring up a first down at the 6-yard line. So first and goal for the Raptors to start off this second half. Pretty sure the Raptors quarterback is Joe Richards, ex-Spartan Jr. Played a little bit of seniors with the Spartans, but I could be wrong, so I won't go too far into that. Hand off to Dean. Dean's up the middle, grinding, trying to get some yards into that end zone. Comes up about 2 yards short. Dean Creeley having a great game for the Raptors out of their backfield. Offensive line doing a good job making some holes up front, and Dean's doing his best to take advantage of those holes. Sometimes offensive units get it in their head that they've got to pass and they've got to run, but quite often if one thing's working for you, then just stick with it and get the yards on the ground. It's a pitch right, Dean looking for a hole, he cuts back through and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Beautiful run from Dean Creeley on that play. A lot of pressure coming from the outside. And we're back to the previous Thunder touchdown. Yep. That's that little design play, the old tip drill coming into effect. And here we have the replay of the Raptors touchdown. There it is. Pressure from the outside, pressure from the inside, pressure from the linebacker. He managed to evade 3 defenders, runs into the end zone for a very impressive touchdown. 34-19. That is the dream start that the Raptors would have wanted to this second half. A touchdown on the board early in the third quarter. The PAT is off to the right, so unsuccessful. Score remains 34-19. Oh, that's obviously just a small part of the battle for the Raptors in this third quarter. Their job now is for the defense to get on the field and try to stop this Thunder doing what they've done very well so far in this game. A shout out to all of our viewers today watching on the live streaming Brisbane footage of this round 6 game and the Gridiron Queensland competition. The Deception Bay Raptors in the grey and black, the Griffith University Thunder in the red and black. Both fairly young teams to the Gridiron Queensland competition. The Raptors having been around a little bit longer than the Thunder, but not a great deal of time. The Thunder with the Sun Bowl win last year. Looking to stake their claims to be considered genuine Sun Bowl possibilities in the 2019 season. Currently sitting on 4 points on the ladder. The Raptors yet to register a win for the season. Kickoff Raptors, they've just gone in for the score. If you've just joined us very early in the third quarter. A very disjointed kickoff there from the Raptors. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I think the referee said not to kick. The kicker thought they said to kick. I think we'll probably end up with just a re-kick because no one seems to know quite what's going on with that. Sometimes communications can get a little disjointed with so many officials on the field having to watch for so many different things. Signals can get a bit crossed and go a bit haywire. Anyway, we're going to have a re-kick and the Raptors will breathe a sigh of relief because that kick going out of bounds would have been a penalty under normal circumstances. But they'll be given the opportunity to re-kick and hopefully get a better result from this one than the previous. And it's a line drive, not far off the ground. Second line of defence, number 33. For the Thunder, Victor Hudka. The Thunder will take over at their own 38 yard line. Looking to get some more points on the board to increase their lead and negate that Raptors touchdown that we saw just a few minutes ago. Thunder lining up with their 4 receiver set. Single back, Sean Daddy with Tom Kerwin in the backfield. A bit of a delay in proceedings, not quite sure what we're waiting for here. And the officials are now happy to resume play. So Tommy will be looking to run the ball a little bit more in this quarter, just to use the clock bit, give Sean a bit of a chance to get some yards on the ground, and that's a nice pickup there from Sean. Almost the first down. Looks like he'll get around about 8 yards out of that play. So a nice run. Once again, the Raptors' interior defense being a little bit soft and unable to stop the Thunder offense through that part of their formation. Fake handoff to Sean Daddy, little rollout pass to the left to number 89, Robert Corcutt. Nice tackle there from the Raptors to bring him down soon after the catch. And that will be enough for the first down. Now we'll move the chains. And we have a first down for the Thunder at the Raptors 40. So the Thunder march continues. And so I can remember having to see them punt so far in this game. Maybe once, very, very early on, but certainly only be the one, if any at all. Back to their 4 receiver set. Tommy Corbin looking to pass, and yep, no, he's kept it himself. He's running to the right, gets some easy yards off tackle, and finally brought down by the Raptors after about a 6-yard gain. The Thunder offense really mixing it up against the Raptors defense. They're not really having any trouble getting anything done that they want to today, whether they're up the middle or onto the outside, the pass across the middle, pass to the outside. It's all been pretty successful for them. So they're just mixing up their offense, trying a few different things, giving Sean a bit of an opportunity to get some yards on his stats, giving the offensive line some work, pass blocking, run blocking. Nothing the Raptors are showing them on defense is overly troubling them. The Raptors are doing a good job of stopping the ball after catches, keeping the runs within a reasonable distance. There haven't been any blowouts on the ground. They really need to shore up that first 3 to 4 yards and stop the Thunders getting the easy yardage they've been able to get so far. Second and 4th, I'd say Tommy will be looking to pass, using the advantage of field position, and second down and pass it is out to the right. It's long and deep, and it's over the head of number 85, Tristan Back, who's had a fantastic game out there at wide receiver, taking a lot of catches today, plenty of yards. He'll be pretty happy about those additions to his stat sheet. Probably nudging a 100-yard game by the time this one's over. Tommy just letting that one go a little bit early. Not sure if it would have been catchable in bounds, but certainly well overthrown for Tristan to manage to bring that one in. And we're back to the 2-back set for the Thunder now. 34, Daniel Rybold and Sean Daddy in the backfield. Will they run it? Yes, they will. Up the middle, but it's absolutely killed by number 50, Wyatt Kramer. For the Raptors. Be pretty happy with that stop. I'm pretty sure that's Wyatt's surname, but at any rate, Wyatt number 50. Makes a nice stop for the Raptors. Streaming through from the left defensive end position by the looks of it. They really should be focusing on doing a little bit more damage from that defensive end, outside linebacker position, given the closeness of the Thunder offensive line to each other. Shore up the middle with the 2 defensive tackles and the middle linebacker, and get the boys from the outside to come crashing in or containing that outside in the process, and get some more pressure on the Thunder running game and passing game. Incomplete pass there from the Thunder. And that's a turnover. So, the Raptors very successfully stopping that Thunder offensive drive will take over on their own 37-yard line, looking to improve their position on the score. Nice work from the Raptors defense. Thunder offense maybe just taking the foot off the pedal a little bit, losing a little bit of intensity with the current 15-point buffer. A little bit early in the game to be doing that just yet, so hopefully the Raptors can take advantage of that and get some more points on the board. A little bit of a delay in the backfield. Dean Creeley with some more good yardage. Impressed by what I've seen of this Dean Creeley today, running out of the Raptors backfield. His offensive line are creating a few holes and he's doing a very good job of taking advantage of them. Let's hope he's got the fitness to continue to carry this Raptors offense. Come out second down, 7 yards to go. Two backs, slot receiver. Thunder and their 43 defense. They got a safety blitz coming in and they run it the other way. Oh, misdirected pitch on the option play. And it looks like the Thunder may have recovered it on that sideline. Like you, I got visibility lost behind those Raptors players on the sideline. I'm not quite sure how that ended up. I'll leave that with the referees, to the officials to determine the end result. For a flag down. Looks like it might still be Raptors ball. Offside defense. Though, after a rather unfortunate result with the ball, it doesn't matter because they get themselves an easy free 5 yards from the defense getting across the line of scrimmage before the ball snapped. The Raptors given a still first down. Would have thought it wouldn't be first down. Yeah, there it is, second down. So second down and 1. By virtue of the 5 yard penalty. Down stays the same and they get themselves a bonus 5 yards. Back to the one back offense with Dean Creeley at running back. And he's got more work to do. Off tackle on the left hand side and an easy 5-6 yards. The ball's come loose. I can't hear whether the play was blown up or not. Obviously the Thunder player is of the opinion that it wasn't. The Raptors are all saying yes, the whistle was blown. We all heard it. Thunder are thinking otherwise. We'll once again leave this for the officials to work out what happened. They seem pretty happy that the ball was down and the play was over. So that is a first down for the Raptors. Okay, back to the action. First down, Raptors looking to pass out to the left-hand side, and unfortunately it's incomplete to number 87, Rob Barwick. Just couldn't manage to bring that one in for the play. Second down, 10 yards to go for the Raptors. Themselves into a position where they're probably wanting to be passing the ball. But I still think their best bet is to keep it on the ground, maybe get 3 or 4 or 5 yards off the run, and keep going on the third, but they looked to pass and they're incomplete. Oh, no, they're picked off down the middle by the Thunder secondary. Number 23 drags that one in. Mitchell Rigby spoiling the Raptors' drive and getting the ball for the Thunder to take over again with the ball in their possession. So again, probably the wrong decision to look to pass. They're making good ground with the ball in hand in the running game. But 2nd and 10, they decide to put it in the air to go for the big game. It didn't quite work out that well, unfortunately for the Raptors, but fortunately for the Thunder offense. So, ball on the Thunder 11-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll be looking to drive the ball 89 yards, well, not 89 yards, 79 yards, and get the ball into the end zone. Tommy Corwin snaps the ball, fake to Sean Daddy, passes downfield to the right to a open Corey Jones. I would say he was probably down with that ball, but they're going to say that he had the ball, he's lost the ball, and it's a turnover, and the Raptors get the ball back. That was a big play, big call on the field. Thunder aren't overly happy with it. Raptors are very thrilled with it. Look at this replay and we'll see what happens. So at this point here, he has got the ball comes loose when he's still up in the air. So going on that, it looks like it's a fair call to say that it's a fumble. The thing we haven't seen is how long it was after he caught the ball and whether he actually had possession of the ball immediately after the catch or at some point after the catch. Yeah, no, that looks like it's a fair call from the officials. The ball comes in, he catches the ball, it's nice and snug. Oh, it comes down to whether he's taken enough steps to warrant possession for long enough before that hit. Personally, I believe he did have possession long enough. The hit's gone on, he's lost the ball, Raptors have recovered the ball, and the officials are agreeing with me. 1st down, Raptors. And now we've got some extra yards for, I'm not sure. Obviously some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Perhaps someone disagreeing with the officials somewhat overzealously has tagged 15 yards onto the spot. So now the Raptors will take over 1st and 10 at the Thunder 14.5-yard line. Well, they'd be very happy about that little turn of events. The Thunder looking to make a big play, and instead they turn it over to the Raptors. Now we got pitch left, Dean again with the ball, not too much there, and he's Felix, no, he's still fighting, still going, but that's in the blue, bit of push and shove there from the Thunder. Mike Jones coming in with the late little shoulder. And we've got Brody Weef down on the sideline. Brody having a nasty leg break towards the end of last season, which prematurely ended his campaign in 2018. Back for the 2019 season, a veteran of the game. Brody's on the bad side of 40 these days. So, still looks about 21. He'll tell you that. So he still can make quite an impression on the defensive line for the Thunder. It's like he's not too bad. He's managing to jog off fairly successfully under his own steam. So a little break in the game. Raptors get a chance to have a rest. Talk about what they're going to do for the rest of this drive to get themselves into the end zone to bring them back within a touchdown of the Thunder. I want to hope they keep the ball on the ground, but let's see what they decide to do. 2nd and 3. A little chat in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be a pitch right. And there it is. Team to the outside. He's straightened it up. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Nice work from the Raptors. Again, Dean Crilly with the ball in hand on the pitch to the outside. They managed to seal off the outside. He cuts back on the inside, breaks a couple of tackles in doing so, and strolls into the end zone for another very impressive effort on the ground from Dean Crilly. He's certainly been the Raptors' pick today. At this point in the game, if I was handing out most valuable player awards, he'd probably be in the running for the silverware at this stage. Now the Raptors going for the extra point attempt, taking it to 34 to 26, and it is successful. So 34 to 26, they are 8 points off the lead. So the next time they score, no doubt they'll be looking to get a 2-point PAT. Difference being, if they only went for the 1 point, they'd still be behind. A field goal would get them in front. If they don't get the PAT, they'll need 2 points behind, so they'd still be in a situation where they need the field goal. So they'll be thinking about that next time they visit the Thunder end zone. That is, of course, if the Thunder don't fail to score on this next drive. Discussion there with the kicker and the official. Raptors set, ready to chase. Again, the Thunder with their 5-man front. Not a real long kick. Should be a good return from the Thunder. Raptors chase is pretty decent. Managed to hold them to just past the 25-yard line, so they didn't get back to the 30, which is always a reasonable result. Raptors would be pretty happy with that result from that kickoff. Now it's half the job done. The rest of the job is to stop the Thunder offense from marching the ball down the field for another score. Raptors doing very well to stay in the game at this point and try to get that scoreline back in their favour. Thunder seem to have gone off the ball a little bit, both offensively and defensively. Maybe just relaxing after that half time. Be interesting to see what will happen in this drive. This will probably be the pivotal drive for the Thunder. Looking forward to the rest of this game. 4 receivers. We've got Trips out on the left. Tommy Corwin. 5 receivers. Tommy Corwin, that slot receiver. Sorry, not Tommy. Sean Daddy. Tommy Corwin, the quarterback, throwing long to number 85. Again, Tristan back. He's been his favourite receiver all day. And that's a completion for a huge game for the Thunder. Nice pass, nice catch. A little bit loose on the coverage. Not even sure that better coverage would have resulted in a different ending to that play. Pass and the receiver were exactly where they needed to be, so that gives them quite a big game to end up on the Raptors' 19-yard line with a first down. Tommy Corwin again, no backs, 5 receivers, throws down the field to number 89, Robert Corcutt, for the touchdown. Well, blue, just like that. 2 plays, touchdown. As I said, this will pretty much be a reflection of how the game should progress from here. If the Thunder got their act together, they go further ahead on the scoreboard and look to continue to do that for the game. If they weren't as successful as that, it might have been a different story for the Raptors, but that may be the telling drive that reflects how this game is going to pan out from here. The Raptors, of course, will be doing their best to make sure that doesn't happen. Only time will tell. Thunder lined up for the 1-point PAT. Tommy Corwin to hold, Mike Jones to attempt the kick. Potentially a false start from the kicking team, or are they going to say they are threatened by the defense? Forcing the movement, causing the movement. It's a discussion for the officials. Flags down from the side officials. Also the back judge. Looks like they disregard the flag. Are they going to replay the down? Quite sure what's going on there. The ball doesn't seem to have been moved forward, so disregard the flag. Let's do a redo and see what happens. And the kick is no good. Away to the right. 40 points to 26. 14-point lead for the Thunder once again. Looks like it's going to be very much a game of offense today. Defense seems to be taking a bit of a back seat for both teams. Anytime you see a 66 points scored in a game, partway into the third quarter, suggests that it's much more of an offensive battle than a defensive battle. Been a few big scores in GQ land so far this season between you should call them the teams on the bottom of the ladder, and even the teams at the top of the ladder have fought some fairly high scoring games, which again suggesting that defensively some of the teams need to pick up their act, whether it be personnel issues or scheme issues, but certainly a lot of points being scored in GQ land so far this season. And just mentioning that Jason Yutsoy playing for the Deception Bay Raptors all the way down from Moranbah, just north of Emerald, so about a 12-hour drive for Jason and his wife Courtney to come down today. Courtney playing for the women's Raptors later on this afternoon. Jason plays for the Mackay Mavericks in the North Queensland competition. The North Queensland competition is scheduled to kick off in November with a new team this year, the Rockhampton Wolverines, entering the North Queensland competition, which currently consists of teams from Townsville, Cairns and Mackay. So if any of our viewers are in the Rockhampton region and looking to play some Gridiron, there's a team based out of Rockhampton this year, the Rockhampton Wolverines. You can find their details on Facebook. Got a fairly healthy Facebook presence happening thus far. A short kickoff from the Thunder, picked up by the Raptors and driven forward at probably another 4 or 5 yards by one of their big men up front. Pretty happy with those yards. Number 65. That is Fuzio Dunlop, according to my team sheet. Those extra
And we are just experiencing a few little technical difficulties trying to get Justin's audio back. I'm hoping he'll be with us any second.
And we should be back live now, talking to Paul, talking to the viewers. Thunder ball, second down. Tommy Corn looking to pass, overthrown, very close to being picked off by the Raptors.
All right, well, Justin's back. Hopefully he can hear us now.
Yep, I can hear everything loud and clear from Deception Bay here in the Bundaberg studio. So technology has finally decided to work properly for us.
Like all
We
of
should
these
be
things,
right for the
Justin,
rest of the
it's just
game.
a case of working out where the problem is and solving it.
Yep.
Very hard when you've got
Pro-
one hand tied behind your back and you're trying to film, keep the score, and sort out technology. But we're there now.
Okay, so Thunderball, third down, 5.5 to go. Fake hand off to Daddy, rolls to the right, dumps it off to number 89, picks up a first down. So the chains keep moving for the Thunder.
Got to be reasonably surprised by this score with the Raptors, Justin.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people would have expected the Thunder to have blown out the score more by now against the Raptors. The Raptors, fair to say, have been struggling a little bit so far this season. This was a bit of a tester for them, a bit of a tester for both teams. The Thunder, obviously regarded as a top four opportunity, especially after their Sunbowl win last year. The Raptors still in a building phase. The Raptors have done really well to maintain this position on the scoreboard against the Thunder.
Now, when I was up here filming your Ghosts game, we had Pete in the commentary box who was with the Thunder, and he was telling me that a number of the players from last year have actually moved on.
I know that some of them have gone back to the Bears, who are back in the competition this year. Tommy throwing downfield again to Sean Daddy out of the backfield, was it? Or maybe from the slot? Quite sure where he started on that play. But so the Thunder certainly have lost a few players. Obviously, with Tommy Corwin in the backfield and Sean Daddy at running back, they've still got that strength there in their running game, and they certainly seem to have quality in their passing game. So whether or not they're still sort of finding their way with a few other aspects of their offense and defense, just rebuilding from the losses that they would have got after that Sunbowl win last year, it'll be interesting to see how they progress through the season. But at this stage, they're certainly looking, I guess it's fair to say, patchy. Sometimes they do things very well, sometimes not so well. Tommy again rolling out left this time. He's
flagged down.
Much certainly favoured the roll to the right much more than the left. It's an incomplete pass, but there is a flag down. Perhaps a defensive pass interference penalty. We'll learn more about that very soon. Raptors will be desperately wanting to stop this drive to stay in the game. 14 points currently they're down. That's at least 2 touchdowns to draw the score with 1-point PATs. But definitely they'd need to score twice to get back to the winning position. 2 touchdowns required. Touchdown and a field goal wouldn't be enough. The Thunder threatening the end zone. Looks like there's nothing out of that flag situation, so we're still stuck at 1st and goal from about the 2.5 or 3. Tommy Corwin under centre. I'll be looking to punch it in himself. Give to Daddy, no, fake to Daddy, dumps it over the middle, and nice little pass to number 34, who's been doing some very nice work out of the backfield. Daniel Raybold, both out of the backfield and from the tight end position today. Lined up at sort of more of a slot tight end position, just wanders downfield, absolutely no coverage. They've forgotten all about him. So result being a very easy touchdown for the Thunder. Mike Jones back for the 1-point PAT.
And it's good.
47-26, or yes, 47-26. Thunder currently leading the Raptors. As I mentioned at the start of the game, this game being held at the Deception Bay Sports Centre, home of the Raptors. They're very much in a fantastic relationship with the local council. The council water the fields and aerate the fields and fertilise the fields, and obviously it's very, very dry conditions in this part of the world at the moment, but even with that, the field is in very, very good condition and holding up well to the impact of the various games of Gridiron that happen on it. Obviously in Gridiron, most of the... Yes, Paul?
I was having a chat with one of the parents earlier as I was setting up the juniors were playing. Team full of 14-year-olds and a couple of girls in the team, but they're very much looking forward to next season, where they're hoping that those 14-year-olds will obviously hang around and they'll have developed some skills, and they're thinking that a lot of the other teams will have obviously lost some of their older players.
Yes, yes. A little short kick-off there from the Thunder.
So definitely a club in an area developing Gridiron with these great facilities.
Yeah, well, they've done a lot of... Jason Garrity and his committee have done a lot of work, not just with the ground, but also with the ground roots of the game, and encouraging the participation of the juniors and the colts, and working their way up hopefully to a strong senior competition with the women and the men. Since the introduction of the juniors into the GQ comp, I mean, that's the ultimate goal, is to develop the game with the younger players, to try to maybe not draw them away from the other codes, but to embrace them playing, if not just Gridiron, but other codes as well as Gridiron. And that seems to be happening. The junior comps is developing. The numbers are fairly healthy, and if we can get that flow-on effect through to the seniors, it's only going to be advantageous to the sport. So we've got a chain. No, Tommy Corman's still at quarterback for the Thunder. Hands off to the big unit coming through at tailback. He's obviously looking to ground and pound his way to some decent yardage. Number 45 for the Raptors, for the Thunder. That is... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. He's not on my list. So I have no idea who number 45 is, but if he keeps grinding away like that, there could be some very sore and battered Raptors defenders at the end of the day.
So let's ask you the question, Justin.
Backfield. Yes, Paul.
How old were you when you played your first game of Gridiron?
My first game of Gridiron, I was 19, Paul. That was the first year of Gridiron in Queensland, way back in 1985. We played our first games at what is now the Rhinos home ground at Mitchelton. So the game's sort of gone full circle. We're back to where we started with one of the clubs. But yeah, 19 years of age, and my older brother dragged me down and said, "Here, have a go at this sport." I was playing rugby league at the time, and he did most of the bulk of the work back then, but he formed his own team based out of Jindalee, the Centurions, to make the comp a 4-team comp. And I sort of went along for the ride back then initially and got involved, and my brother Peter and I just decided that this is where our abilities lay and our enthusiasm lay, so we stuck with it and The Centurions lasted for the 13 years before Peter went to Sydney, and I sort of lost a bit of drive to get everything done myself. So that was the end of the Centurions, and yeah, bit of history of the sport there. So lots of fond memories of those 13 years.
Well, it's certainly grown. We got 8 clubs, is it, this season playing the men's?
Seven clubs playing.
Sorry.
So seven men's teams. 3 games every weekend with a bye to make up the balance. They got the big unit. Oh, there's a little false start. I think that'll go down as for the Thunder. Defense reacting after the movement from the offensive guard, I believe. Yep. Oh, little twitch from the centre. That's all it took. So yeah, the games had a few ebbs and flow, or the competitions had a few ebbs and flows over the years. I think at one point we might have got to 10 teams in the comp. But yeah, back down to 7 teams this year after 6, or say back up to 7 after 6 last year with the reintroduction of the Bears this year.
And
so
you said
good to
you've
see
been
the
looking at
Bears
the
back.
table. How are the Bears
Yeah.
going?
The Bears, have I still got the table open? I think I do. Oh, maybe not. I think the Bears have got 1 win under their belts. I think that was against the Raptors. Where are we? Point score. Yeah, so the Bears have got 2 wins. So they're on 4 points with the Ravens. So they'd be pretty happy about the situation. The Ravens last year's semi-finalists with 2 wins as well. So currently the Vultures and the Raptors winless. So the Bears wins, I dare say, were against the Vultures and the Raptors. But yeah, the Bears are part of the longest, maybe not the longest, the Stingrays would be the longest, starting in 1987. The Logan Club started in 1988, and they have gone through various name changes over the years, but their origins stem from 1988. So it was unfortunate to see the Bears leave the competition for the last couple of seasons. So it's good to see them back and being competitive, and obviously bringing some new blood to the competition, as well as some of the players that went across to the Thunder and decided to go back and play with the Bears and hopefully strengthen that team and club again. So the Thunder on the receiving end of some handy penalty yardage, now at the Raptors 30-yard line with a first down. Tommy Coleman with his big unit in the backfield, and Sean Daddy, not quite as big. Sean Daddy, very nice catch out of the backfield. Avoids the first tackle, gets some more yards, 2 or 3, and then is violently flung to the ground by the Raptors' number 80. Harley Preston. Harley Preston. That'll bring up a second down and about 6 yards to go. How's the weather down there today, Paul? Is it as hot as it looks?
They were talking about rain earlier, but it's beautiful, mate. Not a cloud in the sky. Look at
that. Okay.
There you go.
It was a very nice day for football.
The boys would certainly be warm out there.
Yes, they would be feeling it, but that looks like there's a little bit of a breeze around that'll cool things. And the big unit rumbles again for lots of yards, proving very difficult. He may go all of them. No, he's dragged down at about the 6-yard line. Oh, as I said, I unfortunately don't have a name for number 45 for the Thunder, so I can't sing his praises beyond calling him number 45. as cliche as it may be, it certainly brings back memories of a 1985 William the Refrigerator Perry trundling through would-be defences. Probably getting a bit more yardage than William Perry ever got, but he's certainly doing a good job of getting the yards. He's wide open. He wants the ball. He wants his reception. Nah. He was wide open there for a bit, but Tommy was like, no, I don't want to give him too much. He might get too excited. So they ended up throwing his way.
We promised that we'd show people your bunker up in Bundaberg. So
oh yeah,
the trousers back on. I'm
studio.
going to put you on TV.
Yep. I'm very presentable.
Give us a wave.
Hello GQ Land. Hello to everyone watching.
There you go, short and sweet.
Yeah, that'll do. Vision from the Bundaberg studio. What a time to be alive. Video in Deception Bay, audio from Bundaberg. Tommy Coleman with 3 backs now. And the big unit gets it again. Number 45 running over the top, but not running over the top of again. Number 80 with the stop. Well done, Harley Preston. Either a ex-Spartan or managing to get his hands on an ex-Spartan helmet. So I dare say they won't be running the ball Harley's way anymore. He's obviously not threatened by the size of number 45 for the Thunder. You see in the background the Raptors women warming up for their game. Courtney Yutsoy, all the way from Moranbah, she'll be warming up with them as well. While her husband Jason running around down there. I know from experience it's not a handoff to Daddy. Gets absolutely stuffed in the backfield by number 83 for the Raptors. James Raku. Yeah, I know from personal experience, doing a big drive down for games takes it out of you a little bit. My travel in the second phase of my playing career from 2010 to 2014 involved a 5-hour drive from Bundaberg to various locations around southeast Queensland. Even that 5-hour drive takes it out of you prior to a game. Jason and Courtney came down yesterday afternoon, I believe, so a 12-hour drive prior to a game would be quite an effort. But unfortunately, Gridiron being a game that isn't widely played throughout the country, sometimes travel's required to be able to get a game.
So you're not looking at starting a league in Bundaberg?
No, certainly not at this stage. I've got far too many other things to do. My children still are very demanding, Paul, and it's very much a rugby league town. And we've got a double end around. Mike Jones looking to pass, and he does. Hopefully there's no one downfield, and it's picked off in the end zone. Number 86. Just trying to find his name somewhere on one of my lists, which I don't have, an 86.
I'll see if I can find that for you.
Pretty sure that was 86. Bundaberg, very much a rugby league town. Even the rugby union competition they have at the end of the rugby league season is predominantly made up of rugby league players. Trying to go against the grain in Bundaberg would be a bit of an ask. I'm saying it's impossible, but at this stage I've just got other things I need to devote my time to instead of the constant frustration of organising a men's, women's, juniors, Colts, Gridiron club. Not to say I won't be somewhere in my future.
Justin?
88 was it? Okay, so
Dion Fleming.
Yep. Nice work, Dion. Mike, I think that play always started out as a double end around pass play, but Mike had a few different ideas about whether he should or shouldn't do it, but in the end he did it, and the result is Raptors ball,
First and 10. Again, Dion almost manages to break the first tackle, but ends up being stopped for a loss in the offensive backfield.
Flag
I
down.
say Dion then, that should be Dean. Dean Creeley. It's a flag from the side official. Having a chat to Tim, trying to work out, or not Tim, yeah, it's Tim, yeah. Trying to work out what that flag was for. Raptors be pretty hopeful that it's against the Thunder. Not starting this drive off quite the way they would have liked. We've got 3 officials now having a chat. Possible spearing penalty, which would suggest that it's against the defense normally. With the end result being, we got an unsportsmanlike, illegal contact to the helmet type penalty against the defense. That's a first down and they'll get 15 yards and someone has been ejected from the game. Wow. That's a big call. 45's heading for the sideline. That'll be a huge loss. We've got coaches coming onto the field to have a chat about this. So, not quite sure what's going on here. Looks like it might be number 45 being sent from the field. That'll be a big blow to the Thunder. Basically responsible for getting them down to this end of the field. He may have played his last down for the day. Helmet's coming off. He's reenacting what he may or may not have done. That's the decision. It'll be a first down for the Raptors. Not quite sure where it's going to be just yet. The women's game following at 4:30 today, is that right, Paul?
Yeah, it's the one.
Currently 4:05, so
I'm
wanting to be wrapped this
over here.
Yeah, we're wanting to wrap this game up fairly quickly then, I would think.
It's a big match.
So it looks like it might be 2 15-yard penalties.
The Ravens
Ravens
not suited up yet.
It's going through their motions of warming up for the game, going through a few plays, getting some last-minute details set. So we pick up with the Raptors marching downfield on the back of 2 15-yard penalties against the Thunder. They're regrouping with the loss of their player, number 45. 2 in the backfield with the quarterback. Who we got at quarterback now? Is that Joshua Eagleton come in at number 5? Number 1's at receiver now. Yep, that's Joshua. Handoff to the fullback. It's a nice little seam through the middle, but then comes crashing to a halt. Number 34, Daniel Raybold, doing the damage. So maybe a couple of yards there for their efforts. Yep, maybe even 3. I think the Raptors need to be a little bit more patient with how they get their yardage. Just keep grinding away with their running game. They're fairly successful at moving the ball. The only time their running game has failed today is on the back of penalties or just the odd play that didn't come together. But percentage-wise, their running game has certainly given them yards to work with. Back with their 2-back offense. Joshua at quarterback. And again, we play action fake. He's looking to pass. He's going to run himself. There's nothing there. And he's tackled pretty much at the line of scrimmage.
There's your 2-minute warning.
Ah, well, we are close to the end. So that would explain why they're looking to pass. They need to get rid of the ball a lot faster than that. Maybe give himself a bit more room. Once he takes that snap, drop back a few yards, make it a bit harder for that Thunder defense to reach him. It seems strange with 2 minutes to go they would have bothered to run at all, but maybe they think that 21 points might be beyond them at this point, but wouldn't be the first time 3 touchdowns have been scored with 2 minutes to go. They're not going to do it on the ground, eating up the clock. That's another pass play. That's the left, short. Got some blockers in front. He gets around the outside. Is that Dan Cleary again? It is. Dean Creeley, another great run. This time off the back of a pass to the flat. Nice work, Dean. Mike Jones bounces back up. He's a hard man to keep down. Not a huge man, but certainly can take a hit. Taken a bit of punishment over the years. Played a bit of quarterback, receiver, defensive back. Probably even played a bit of line in his time, just to fill in numbers. The Raptors looking in a scoring position again. First down. On the back of that nice run from Dean Creeley. Looking to get the ball into the end zone with Josh Eagleton at quarterback throwing. He's still running around. He sees a seam. He's breaking upfield, heading for the sideline. Takes it out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. So not quite a first down. Probably bring up 3rd and 5-ish. Or is it 2nd and 5? Looks like it's 2nd and 5. So
Timeout, Raptors.
Timeout, Raptors. I'm pretty sure that play ended in him running out of bounds. Interesting call. They really need to keep those timeouts up their sleeve if they're looking to win this game. Obviously felt they needed a bit of a discussion to talk about the next play. 2nd and 5. Could be an opportunity for a little bit of play action to keep that Thunder defense, front 7 at bay, and then look to pass. They really need to build off the back of what has been a reasonably successful run game, and they just haven't done that. They've run the ball quite successfully, but in doing that, they haven't then used that strength to complement their pass game. They've just been passing based off no real evidence that what their run game has been doing. They're not really trying to hold the linebackers or the line with that run game. They're just going straight to the pass, and they just need to improve on their run game, which has got a lot of development potential, and then work their passing game off that strength. Thunder will be looking to hold them here. They probably don't want another touchdown on the board from the Raptors. Actually been a reasonably even game. It's blown out a couple of times with Thunder getting some easy soft touchdowns, but by and large they've had to work for the points they've got, which has been good. The Raptors have got a lot to take away from this game, and they'd be reasonably pleased, even though at this point they may not get the win, but they can take a lot away from it. And they're back to the ground. Dean Cleary, they put their hopes on him, and he has 100% repaid their faith in him. Nice touchdown. Dean's had a great game. It's a pretty ballsy play to call a run play when you're down by 3 touchdowns. But they've done it, and again, their run game has proved the the superior option for them.
Are you going for 2 points, Justin?
I don't have the score up on the screen at the moment, so I can't do the maths, but I think they were down 21 points. So at this point, it's probably not a great need to, but you may as well. It's not going to make a big difference in the scheme of things. So they're down 15 points. They go for the 2, takes the pressure off the next 2 touchdowns, which they'll be hoping to get. So yeah, I'd go for the 2. And it's outside the end zone, and again, Dean Cleary has got there or not? No, he hasn't. So very close. Again, getting him, asking him to do a lot of work. That pass, I think, was caught probably about 3 or 4 yards outside the end zone, so he had a bit of work to do to get into the end zone, but unfortunately not able to get there this time.
Well, I didn't see the flag down, but there was a flag.
Okay. And that is Joseph Richards in number 1 for the Raptors. I can confirm that now that he's got his helmet off. He's worked with Lee Palmer before in the past at the Spartans when they were both there. So they've got that relationship already formed, and they'll be looking to build on that and hopefully improve Joe's season as it goes along. So they got a little bit of talent there to call on with Josh Eagleton, their probably incumbent quarterback, but Joe being asked to start the game today. So the Raptors, another touchdown, so 15 points away. They'll need to go for an onside kick here. They're lining up 5 aside of the kicker. Looking to kick towards the camera by the looks of it. Let's see what happens here. Oh, looks like they're going to go long, and they're going long. And it's going to go out of bounds. So not only do they get poor field position, they are going to have a 5-yard penalty on top of that. Or the ball will be, I think, spotted at the 35. I apologise for my rustiness of the rules. It has been a few years since I've had to worry about the rules. The officials look like they're trying to work out what's going to happen. And it looks like it's going to be spotted at the 30.
40.
The 40, sorry. No. Ball spotted at the 30. First down at the 40. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. They've still got to move the down counter. Okay. Still a little bit of confusion over what the result is.
Chains are going back.
Oh, it is the 30. Right. Okay. So, here we go. First down for the Thunder. 1st and 10 at their own 30. The Raptors have got a lot of work to do to get the ball back. It looks like it's just going to be killed. Yep, so they've run out of time. So, even if they'd gone for the onside kick, they may have only had one play. So they were never going to be in a chance for the win. That's the end of the game. Thunder win.
Thank you for your time, mate. We will see you back in about 10-15 minutes for the women's game.
I'll be waiting in the Bundaberg studio. Thank you, Paul. Bye.